Yeah, hello and welcome to another pretty short episode of the Spielworxx Chat, Season 3. My name is Uli Blennemann. If you have questions or comments today, please put them in the chat window. And as always, please keep me informed via the chat window what you have played lately and what you've enjoyed lately. And hello Mo and hello Matt, good seeing you. And Mo, I saw your recent tweet. So exciting, maybe, but this was not Matchstick Girls, right? So I just took a quick look. So must be even a newer game. Interesting, for sure. Yeah, the war in the Ukraine is still affecting my mood in a big way. And if you are smart, you take a look at the news in the morning and then maybe take another look at the news in the evening, and then it's enough. You see the latest developments if you're smart. But Uli is checking the news every other hour. I'm looking at videos, I'm reading updates, and this is not really helpful. And I know this, but at this moment I'm drawn in, and this is not really a good thing. And Mo, thank you for confirming that it's a new design. So interesting. And I will get to Matchstick Girl probably this week, and then I will report back. So either this week or next week. So, but there are quite a few news here, and so let's start. And hello Kratz Spitzdolch, wonderful name as always. So big news, of course, is Oranienburger Kanal by Uwe Rosenberg is both at Gamefound and at Spieleschmiede, and is doing really well. So much better than I had thought, because this is still a niche publisher. Yes, it's Uwe Rosenberg, but I'm really pleased. And when I checked last time, both campaigns together had 1,375 backers, and considering that some backers have ordered more than one copy, this is really astonishing. And thank you all so much for your support here. And hello Peter, cooking at the same time as always. And Peter, of course, he is in a large way responsible for the success of Oranienburger Kanal, of the solo game, because he developed it. So there was a solo game by Uwe, but he took it from Uwe's notes and developed it, and then Carsten had more ideas. So really thanks a lot, Peter. And Peter also sent me a few weeks ago from his Einzelspiel podcast, what he's doing, solo gaming podcast. He sent me some stickers, and I already put one to good use, because there was in Germany we call these COVID idiots Querdenker, or they have self-termed themselves Querdenker. So I could cover up one of their stickers with Peter's sticker, which is now proudly showing Einzelspiel. So very good. And thank you, Matt, for your nice words here. This is wonderful. Hello, Five, and Carsten, hello. So I think I had your wrong first name for several episodes here. And if I'm now again having your first name wrong, then you are officially allowed to hit me at Spiel in October. Best use for the stickers. Yeah, it is really a good use for that sticker. So, but please spread the word for Oranienburger Kanal. I'd really love you doing this. And I received, and I'm still receiving quite a few questions and mails regarding the shipping costs of Oranienburger Kanal, especially, of course, overseas. And yes, they are very high, but I can assure everyone that I'm not even actually cover the costs for shipping the games out. This is international transportation, international shipping these days is nightmarish, and for a small publisher like Spielworxx, who doesn't have that volume of shipments, it's quite interesting. So really, and I don't want to say, the game. If you are saying for yourself, the base game costs that much money, then I have to add the shipping costs to it. This is a lot of money. Of course, it's a lot of money. And if you are saying this is too much, it's fine. I totally understand. I totally get this, but I can't do this less expensively. And moreover, there were a few people. I think most understand, but there were a few people who were writing, Uli, why have the individual buildings, the cards, not individual illustrations in Oranienburger Kanal? And for the price of the game, we are expecting this. But you have to realize, how much shall the artist charge per illustration? Even if Harald would be mad and say, well, I'm doing this for minimum wages level, the cost of the game would explode. Even in the base game, we are talking about 120 individual illustrations. And if you consider the 2 expansions, there are 360 individual illustrations. So it's not possible from a financial point of view. But even as important is that there is no room on these cards, on these buildings for illustrations. Because at the top we are having the cost, and this is game info. It needs to be pretty large. There's a title of the building. And then on a lot of cards there is info, which is sometimes really complex on the effects of that card. So there is really also no room. And if somebody is just taking a quick look, and is an experienced gamer, takes a quick look at the card, you should understand this. So, and this can't be changed. And we had a talk here recently about graphics effects, not in gaming, but how we see the world these days. And I call it Instagramification of the world, because everybody, or a lot of people, see now our world in very tiny isolated bits, like a picture on Instagram, hopefully, or sometimes even with themselves in the picture, and without seeing the bigger picture. And I think this is dangerous, not for gaming. Gaming is so unimportant, it doesn't have any effect. But if you see the world in pictures that are that tiny and isolated, I think this is a dangerous effect. But it will stay. It will stay, because everybody is now, especially younger people, are in a way educated to see the world in these ways. Hello Hans, good seeing you. Matt is asking, why not unique plastic miniatures for every Oranienburger Kanal card? I'm considering this, not, but yes, it could be done. Peter is saying, people are used to illustrators not being paid enough, or big production with way higher print runs, or from bigger publishers who can take a risk without having to fear to ruin themselves financially. All this is absolutely true. Absolutely true. Yeah, and Matt is also saying it's like people don't realize illustrations cost money. Yeah, but you see, people in gaming are underpaid. Designers underpaid. Graphics artists underpaid. Everybody is basically underpaid. And editors underpaid. Testers hardly paid at all. But still people are thinking it's too much money. I can't help it. But I still think if you're saying this is too much. I totally get this. Yeah, Matt is saying you're talking about the empathy gap. Yes, this is what I'm doing. Hello Matze, good seeing you also. Spieletreffen Verteiler. Yeah, still talking about Matt. Still available in the Spielworxx shop are limited numbers of Square and Circle and Colonialism, both in my humble opinion, excellent designs. And if you normally stay away from games with a topic like colonialism, you should check out this design. It's different. It's a great design in my opinion, and in a future Spielworxx chat I will talk in more detail about colonialism, but it's a good design and it's also a very different design on an important topic in my opinion. Yeah, the pre-order for Nick Case's Pilgrim is still active at the Spielworxx shop, and if you are interested in Mancala and 18xx tile placement, I think this is the right game for your. And speaking of 18xx, 1837 Saxonia, there will be news on that game late this month. Finally, yes, you're right if you are thinking finally. And for German language viewers, both the root base game and the Flussvolk, this is Riverfolk, Flussvolk expansion, may be pre-ordered right now from the Spielworxx shop. But the pre-order for John Company has been postponed to mid-July. And we are already working on localizing that game, but it's not available for pre-orders. There are some delays. And you see we are having sunshine here finally. Wonderful. And I will be at the Spielewahnsinn Herne on May 14. You see, that's a wonderful name, Spielewahnsinn. And the Spielewahnsinn, of course, did not take place in the last 2 years. And this is a mid-size regional convention in the Ruhr area. Herne is almost next to Essen. And they are drawing, or they drew before the pandemic on 3 days, Friday to Sunday, they drew about 5,000 visitors. And there are some exhibitors, so of the large companies, they have small stands there and are selling games, but it's also about gaming. And I will be there. I'm not having a booth, but I will be there on the Saturday, May 14. And I will bring with me Karolingi, which is not a game published by Spielworxx, but by Seacove Games, which is Peter Eggert's and my company. And Karolingi will be the first release. And I will also bring the English language edition of Magnet, the first city. I'm doing the German edition. And people who are interested can see the games there. So I will be there playing the game. And Peter Eggert is coming on the Sunday, on the 15th. And he will take over the demoing and playing, testing, whatever of Karolingi, which is a truly pretty unique design on the 9th century in Germany. So this is directly after Charles Magne. So if you're interested in these games and if you are attending Spielewahnsinn in Herne, please come by and we will play a game over there. And Matze is saying, in the games industry, you don't have jobs, you have a calling and you're fully supported. In der Spielebranche hat man keine Jobs, sondern eine Berufung. Berufung steht voll dahinter. Ja, it is a kind of Berufung, but you still should get paid at least at minimum wage level. And I know quite a few people who do not make it, and quite a few publishers. And interestingly, sometimes large publishers, they pay the worst. It is what it is. Yeah. And hello, good morning to Los Angeles, Ben. Great seeing you here. And after Spielewahnsinn, I will be, this is late May, I will be at Hexacon. Hexacon, very small German wargaming convention. So I'm just playing games there in late May. And of course, this Hexacon did not take place in the last 2 years as well. I think the first Hexacon was in '86. And I attended each and every hexagon so far. So, but I'm really excited. I will play with my good friend Christoph, and Christoph's son Paul. We will play Fall Blau, which is an old school hex encounter, large war game by Compass Games. And interestingly, we had a training session because we wanted to see, is this a game that we are enjoying for several days to play at Hexacon? So we had a training session at Matthias Kramer's January winter convention that he's holding, so about 10 to 20 people are only there. And that was January 2020, so right at the start of COVID, but COVID hadn't arrived here in Europe. And we were thinking, and we were saying, well, after we tested it there for a day, oh, this is a game for next Hexacon. But there was no Hexacon in May 20, there was no Hexacon in May 2021. So it will be this year's Hexacon game, and of course I've forgotten everything about the game, so well, we'll see. And of course in the evenings at Hexacon we will play some multi-player games, so maybe Pax Pamir or some other lighter stuff. So I'm really excited for Hexacon. And Matt is saying only allowed to play games with hex grids at Hexacon. No, not really. Although I have to say, in the 90s, so war gamers, a lot of war gamers are old school, really old school. So we play our war games and nothing else. And if the game has cards, can't be good. If it has no hexes, no hex paper maps, can't be good. So some war gamers are old school. And in the 90s, when Magic went big, so of course I took my Magic cards to Hexacon, some others, and we played some Magic games. And the organizer said, oh, Magic here at Hexacon, we are not really sure if you should do this. I'm not joking, this did happen, but this is now almost... it's 25, almost 30 years ago. But you see, it's not that far away, your comment from being right. Something lighter than like Pax Pamir, which can be played in 2 hours and not in 20 hours. Fall Blau, 4 days, we can't even complete it in 4 days. It has 60 game rounds and it's huge. It has 3 large maps, game boards, and 2 smaller ones. So... But yeah. So, and Peter, enjoy your dinner. And Carsten, of course, Upfront is a great game for the evening. So it's still great. And still speaking of conventions, I read with great interest that Asmodee is returning to the European Fair convention circuit and will attend Spiel Essen in October. And quite a few people were thinking, will they attend this year Essen again? Because they weren't at Essen last year, when Essen was much smaller. And you see in Germany, the large book publishers, they decided to not attend the Leipzig Book Fair this spring. And so the organizers of the Leipzig Book Fair and the city, they had to cancel the whole book fair. And the smaller publishers, they argued that the large ones simply did not want to spend the money to attend the book fair, because the large publishers had 2 excellent years in sales, and they decided, well, we don't need these fairs anymore, just cost money, we are selling our books anyway. And of course, the small book publishers, they could not fill the whole fairground and so and make the fair profitable, so they canceled the fair. So I'm glad that Asmodee, who had 2 brilliant years in sales, that they are returning to Essen. Because, in my opinion, the industry, the hobby, and we can talk about Asmodee for hours, we still need these anchor publishers. So I'm really happy that they are returning to Essen. And for you North American viewers, is Asmodee North America attending Origins and Gen Con? And do you know this? I'd be interested in hearing this. And I read about the stupid mask change policy of Origins. So Very interesting. And Matt is saying, give Asmodee Hall 7 in the back. Yes, good idea. And Jonas is saying, Essen Hype has started for you. Yeah, not really. For me, Essen is too much work. So it's. I'm looking forward to it, meeting people. Hopefully having a non-pandemic fair or a pandemic a fair where COVID is having only a very small influence, but we don't know what the fall autumn will bring. But on the other hand, it will be most stressful. And hello, Panda Angel, this is very nice seeing you. Essen is on your bucket list. Yeah, wonderful. Please stop by it at the Spielworxx booth. Yeah, and you're right, considering Origins. If Asmodee would say they would pull out because of the mask change, they would change it back. I agree, because they have that much power. And Matt is saying Asmodee never attended Origins as far as I know. Okay, so yeah. Interesting. And yes, speaking about Essen for a second here still, Spielworxx will be at Essen, and this year we will returning to a larger booth, so not this 5x2 booth with 2x2 meters room included. Last year, so now we have already booked our booth, and we will do it together. It's more like an island booth, so pretty large, together with Caplex, and they are doing in Germany board gaming furniture, so tables and other thing, and with Hunter and Friends. So Hunter and Friends is the largest German language YouTube channel. They have almost 70,000 subscribers, just German language. So, and I think we three together, we can have a nice booth together. And what can you expect? There will be Pilgrim, and it should be already published, should be out there. There should be, in very limited numbers, London Necropolis Railway by Daniel Newman. There will be copies of Oranienburger Canal, but this is not for sale because it is only to be delivered in November, so pre-production copies. There will be some other games. There will be Karolingi by Sea Cove Games. There will be a table where you can play that game, and there will be also a demo table, but we will have the game in final graphics form of El Burro, which is the next La Granja game by Oda and Mike, so you can play and check out that game as well. And we will also welcome, most probably, Ostia Spiele. That is a company by Stefan Risthaus and his wonderful wife Heike. And they will have a table, so you can check out play some of their games. You can buy their games at the Spielworxx booth, and so I'm really excited to having them over there as well. And 1 week before Spielworxx, there is Conworx. That is a tiny Spielworxx online convention. So that is on the Saturday before Essen. This year Conworxx will be only on the Saturday, but for a full day, starting in the morning here on Central European time and then going till the evening Central European time. And Matt is saying, I take it back, Asmodee is listed as a sponsor of Origin, so they must have a booth this year. Yeah, maybe, Matt. It's because the individual companies of the Asmodee group are having booths. So it could be Days of Wonder, it could be Catan, and all the other 200 companies. But Asmodee as a sponsor, yeah. But then they really, as Panda Angel said, they should maybe try to force back the policy. We'll see. We'll see. And Jonas saying, Gentes Epos. Yeah, I'm playing the game again this month, testing it. But it's probably too early to show it to the public. So we'll see at Essen what will happen. What did I play personally? It was testing, as you can see and hear. But I will most probably play Imperial Steam by Capstone Game and Frosted Games is doing the German edition of the game, I think this summer already. But please check out, if you are a German language viewer, please check out Frosted Games and their website and you will see all the info. So I'm playing the Imperial Scheme this Saturday and I'm really looking forward to it. I think I like it, but you can never know. So I'm one of the very few people who did not like Ark Nova too much. I can see that the design is great, the decision making, the card row there, and is very good. Although it's from some other game which I can't remember. I've seen this before, but it's brilliant. But the rest of the game was. But this is just me. Yeah. Hans is saying you like it, Uli. So a recommendation from Hans for Imperial Steam. So yeah, and I need to play something else. All the test games. Yeah, I need to play something else. But then Hexagon is also late this month, where I will just play games from morning till evening for 4.5 days. So. Thank you for your time here. And next week there is no Spielworxx Chat. So I really try to now make it bi-weekly. But there is, the next one is on May 17, and most likely with a great and nice and wonderful designer. So May 17, next Spielworxx Chat. And if you would like to see a special topic discussed, or have a specific question that you'd like to ask in advance, please drop me a mail at uli@spielworxx.de. That is uli@spielworxx.de. And till May 17, bleibt alle gesund. Support the Ukraine and not viewing too many of the news like stupid Uli is doing, but support the Ukraine. And bye-bye, and thank you to everybody. And thank you, Panda Angel. Great seeing you. And thank Hans and Matze and everyone. Bye-bye. Bye.